have to prompt me that way. So, we are. Are we alive now?
We're live. Look at this.
Cool.
The Daly Remote. Look at this guy. Look at John is drinking a Trailblazer beer. He's dressed like Shooter McGavin from the movie Happy Gilmore. Look at that pack. Look at that. That's not Photoshop. That's a beautiful golf course. I'll tell you where he's at. John, pick up that plate of food because people love the food. What do you got there for us today? Tell us.
This is a Carolina pulled pork.
Oh my God.
Pulled pork sandwich, and this is heavenly. Got a little sauce there, a little slaw, and some great fries here as well, as we say down here in the South. And you were talking about the Trailblazer beer. This is a beer you can only get on the Myrtle Beach Golf Trail, which is down here, which is all the golf courses that are down here. There's about 24 of them. And they've got their Trailblazer lager, which is excellent. And it's actually done by Red Hair Brewery, which is out of Atlanta, but they're also brewing down here. And it's really good. So it's a great spot to come. We are at Glen Dornot Golf Course. We are in Little River, South Carolina. That is just to the south of the North Carolina border. We're above Myrtle Beach, and we're below Wilmington. And Fish, I got to tell you, I mean, it's November's coming in the next day or two. I mean, it's heaven down here. I mean, we're going to be playing golf. It's upper 60s, low 70s, and as you can tell, it's wonderful. Glen Dornot's a great golf course. You can see the Intercoastal Waterway. It runs right along it there, so you get some beautiful views, and it's they're projecting that the weather for the beginning of the winter season is going to be warm and mild down here. So we haven't had any hurricanes here. So and the golf course is just loaded. I mean, there's so many people that are out here playing golf. So this is a perfect time. If you guys want to escape from wherever you are, if you're up north, you want to come down here, man, this is the perfect time to do it. So cheers to you, buddy.
What about, back at you. With that Trailblazer beer, is that a certain taste? Is there a mango to it? Is it a stout or just a regular beer?
It's just a regular beer? Lager. It's a lager. It's great. I think it'd be great on a real hot summer day as well. But it's actually really good with food. And you know me, I mean, I'm not a big beer drinker, but when I do, I want to make it. So it's good. We talked about this last week when we did the Oktoberfest. That the beers now are so well brewed here in the United States compared to decades ago. But this is it's got a nice lager taste. It's not too heavy. Maybe just a little bit of citrus in there. But it's it's a nice brew. I would recommend it. And when you're down here on the Myrtle Beach Golf Trail, get this. That's for sure.
Well, it's nice to see that Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore and Kevin Costner and Tin Cup loaned you their attire. That's great. Look at that. Look at that. That's fantastic. I mean, are you in shorts today or what?
I got long pants on. It was actually kind of chilly this morning. So when I was getting ready, I thought, maybe we better have that. And then if the wind blows and you're on the water, it gets a little bit chillier. So for me, I'd rather stay warm while I'm playing golf, while I'm making sure that I'm loose and stay loose. So I may take the vest off though. I may have to. So.
Two things. If I ate that wonderful meal of pulled pork, those fries, that slaw, I'd be listening to the wind whistle through my shorts all day on the golf course. Number two, if you're wearing khaki pants, we could segue into what is today an unbelievable college football slate. And khaki pants means one thing. Jim Harbaugh, avid golfer, probably been on that course you're at right now. Yep. They played Michigan State today. We kick off about 13 minutes. Yep. Big game for Michigan. Michigan's, they're lining up to try and get one of those spots in the college football playoffs, John. Michigan State is their biggest rival besides Ohio State. And Michigan State under Mel Tucker is ranked. So your clubhouse there, the clubhouse has a bunch of TV sets. So you want to, after the front nine, you go in there and watch all the college football?
Definitely do that. I also have it recorded because I think this is going to be probably the big game of the day today, besides Georgia and Florida. But this is what I call the Big Chill game. You remember that great film back in the 1980s?
Yeah, sure.
This was the game that they were watching when the whole group and some great stars that were in it that gathered in a house in Beaufort, South Carolina, And if you haven't seen it, it's a great movie. It's kind of like a post '60s, people who were in the '60s and what transpired with their lives. Great cast. I mean, they had Kevin Kline. They had who am I drawing a blank on there?
Mary Kay Place, Jeff Goldblum,
yep.
William Hurt,
Glenn Close. And
Yeah.
you mentioned Kevin Costner. He was in that movie.
Yeah, he was.
He was the dead body.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you want to segue into scripts. That script was one of those scripts, the guy who wrote it, I forgot. That script was on someone's desk in someone's shelf for 20 years. And it finally got made. And my favorite scene in that movie is when, you know, what it is they all went to college together at Michigan. And they all come back for the Kevin Costner funeral.
Yep.
They get together and they stay in Kevin Kline's house. And there's old romances like between Mary Jo Beth Williams, a character, and then Tom Berenger, a young stud, before he did the new thing. You know, and everyone's getting together, and Jeff Goldblum looks at one of the young girls that's hanging out with William Hurt and goes, "Why do I think everyone's having sex in this house except me?" It was so great. Yeah, it's a great, and it's still, it's one of these films that holds its own, that you can watch it after 40 years. But yeah, I mean, it was great. I mean, again, Penn State, Ohio State goes later.
It's another
for your
really
wife
good
and my
game.
wife and all those Ohio people. So great day. As you're on the golf course today, you picked on our podcast. You picked the Houston Astros. Nice pitching job by the Braves last night. They win 2-0. They go up 2-1. I think whoever wins this next game, Game 4, wins the World Series.
Yeah, you could be right. Be curious to see if the Astros can break out with scoring any runs. But Atlanta's pitching has been really good. My concern is that I think they've pitched like 56 innings out of the bullpen. There's more innings from the bullpen than it is from the starters. So, they've lost a couple of starting pitchers. So, be curious to see. Here's what's really interesting last night. I enjoyed that game last night. Now, I'm a pitcher, so I grew up pitching in baseball, so I enjoyed it. But here's the thing, and we talk about this a lot, Fish. As entertaining as the game was for me, it was still a 2-0 game with a 2-hitter. I mean, they actually had a no-hitter going into the 8th inning. That game was still 3 hours and 24 minutes for a 2-0 game. When you and I were kids, if we watched a 2-0 game, that wasn't even a 2-hour game. And so they got to do something, even though I did enjoy the game last night.
Yeah, the average playoff game's going 3 hours and 57 minutes, but you're on the golf course, you're eating pulled pork, you're drinking a beer. You know, I just got off work dealing with strippers and hookers and people in bad Halloween contests. Oh God! Someone came in and said they were Beetlejuice. And you remember Beetlejuice and Michael Keaton?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, that's how drunk he was. I go, "What's your costume?" "I'm Beetlejuice." Great. So let's trade dispositions right now. Like I said, I'm blending off my shift. I'm coming down and hit my dog for a walk and watch college football. Look at you. You know. Now, what's beautiful about the golf course is that does that intercoastal waterway go all through the course and because or is that just a huge bunker?
Well, it's a little bit of both. Actually, the Intercoastal Waterway goes all up and down the East Coast here. Sure. So there are about, I'm going to say there's about 5 or 6 holes that are affected by the Intercoastal, and then the rest of them are a little bit further inland. So on the other side of the Intercoastal is the island area where all the beaches are. And so on this side where the golf course is, there's actually some hills. It's a gorgeous course. I mean, it's a tough course. You really gotta know what you're doing in playing this course, and at the same time too, because you got the wind coming off the ocean here, it's going to affect how you play. So it's a fun challenge. I would if you're coming down to this area here, this is one of the courses I would definitely recommend you playing.
Well, good. Well, we're going to try and do this for the fans of Daily Fish. We're going to try. We call this segment the Daily Remote. Or we can call it the Daily Road Trip. We're going to kind of get John out there, and then you're going to get me out there a few times.
Oh yeah,
going to some great locations, and we're going to try and do this on Saturdays. And it leads into us teasing another great episode of Daily Fish, which is going to be episode 28 this coming Tuesday.
Episode 28, and we just did an 80s movie. We got another 80s movie that we're going to be highlighting this week because we got Valley Girl. and we've got some of the cast members. So that's going to be a ton of fun.
Sure. Absolutely. We have, again, Lee Purcell, Heidi Holliker, maybe a few others, and come on, a couple surprises. And again, we're going to, maybe by then the World Series will be wrapped up. Who knows? But it's going to be a great, already, you were texting like crazy. Already we had a great Thursday night game. What an ending to the Green Bay Arizona game. I mean, every pundit in the planet, John, and I watch all this stuff, and I talk about watching. No one gave Green Bay a chance because their top 3 receivers were out. But like Aaron Rodgers said in the pregame, I'm still playing. And just, I'm still shocked over I'm still shocked at what happened. For our audience, it's an analogy like John has a 1-foot putt to hit the sink of birdie and win his round of golf against his friends today. And Kyler Murray and AJ Green are just not on the same page. And he throws a pick when they could at least gotten a field goal to go in overtime. And all Arizona wanted was respect. They talked about no one respects us right now. Well, no one respects you now after that game.
Yeah, it's true. And then they also, the punt returner had, actually touched the ball, the punt. And I'm watching it and I'm going, he actually touched that ball. He touched that ball. And it turned out they did rule it. It was a fumble. And so those were 2 mistakes. That final play, when AJ Green went to the wrong place, he was definitely throwing off his back shoulder. They were on the wrong page. And so they should have won that game. That's the thing. And Cardinals are a good team. Now, they lost J.J. Watt, so I don't know how their defense is now that he's going to be gone. But so I still think they're a team to contend with. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, like I said, we're halfway through the season. So, all right, my friend, I don't want to keep you. That's me. If that food's sitting there, I'm eating it. Last week you were great shoving that schnitzel in your mouth, but I know you want to eat. So let's get you out of here. I see a golf cart in the back. Take us out.
All right, big boy. Hey, just remember Daily Fish every Tuesday live, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Again, we're going to have Valley Girl stars on there. We may have from Japan, we may have John Williams on there talking about what the Japanese think of what's going on with baseball and sports over here. And we just got a lot of things that are going to be happening. So just make sure, again, it's Daily Fish Podcast. And check us out. Again, we're live on Facebook, on YouTube. Well, we're not live on YouTube, but we're on YouTube, and we're on the DB&A TV network as well. So check all them out and just follow us on our Facebook page. And we're looking forward to seeing everybody come Tuesday.
All right, buddy. Try and channel your best Caddyshack, okay?
I got
it. No cheating there. No cheating there, Judge Smales Jr. Love you, man. I'll see you on Tuesday, buddy.
All right, brother. Love you. Thanks.
Bye.